Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you're watching around the country, welcome to the Generation of Showjumping Challenge. It's day number 2 here, and we are locked up into what is going to be absolutely a serious battle of the generations. Leading the charge at the moment is the Winning Appliances team. It is the baby boomers of Chris Chugg, Andrew Inglis, Alison Rowland and Chrissy Harris with their team manager here in Tony Norman. We slide down this way. We've got our young guns. They're not too far off the pace, although the top score yesterday caused them a little bit of grief. But Sophie Smith, Eliana Derry, the young gun Amelia Douglas and Jamie Priestley are sitting there. Currently in third place, we have the Gen Ys. Toddy Hind is our team manager. Gabby Cooner, Talara Barwick, James Arkins and Will Matthew are sitting up there. And right off a great win in the top score last night, they went from 4th to 1st in the second of our competitions. It is my team, the Gen Xers, with Helen Chugg as our team manager. She's out the back at the moment with a hands-on approach as the team manager, and she's being represented by Amanda Madigan, Dave Cameron, Brooke Campbell and Leon Carroll. And these guys are going to be first out in the power and speed competition. Leon, how good is it to be representing Smeg Appliances and riding here in the Battle of the Generations?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a great venue. It's a great competition. This team event is a lot of fun, and we're really enjoying it.
Now, Brookie Campbell, a new competition. We don't see these sort of team events. Smeg Appliances are your sponsor. You're proud to be representing such a sophisticated company?
Absolutely, Timmy. We think they're the number one, so we're going to try and do our best to be number one.
Smeg Appliances, they're the sponsors of these guys. Dave Cameron, you were second in the top score, first in the speed class yesterday with your 2 horses. You're a bit of a team player.
Oh, I like these team events, Timmy, and the main thing is to have a go. So I brought 2 horses that are suited to it. So no, looking forward to today. I think there'll be a few changes in the leaderboard today. I think the old guys are going to fatigue. It's going to be a little bit humid. The younger team, I know it's a big night at the brewery on Thursday nights, so I think they might be a bit dusty. So I think anything could happen today.
And Amanda, Gen X, you guys have got to set the pace in the power and speed this morning. That's why we're talking to you first, all thanks to Smeg Appliances. How are you feeling with your team?
Feeling pretty positive. I think we're going to give it our best shot for sure.
Well, we're going to let these guys go and warm up because our first horse is on course at 10:15. But we've still got to introduce you to the rest of the teams. Gen Y, proudly sponsored by Appliances Online. They are known for sophistication, for online diversity, and for the fact that they really know how to get things done in the modern era. Will Matthews, does that sum up Gen Y?
Oh, absolutely. We, all here enjoying such a beautiful venue and such a great opportunity to be able to represent a super company as well.
Now, called up to the Appliances Online team, got the late call up, but it's been a pretty good call.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Had to juggle a few things around and steal me Mrs. Horse, but managed to pull it together, and yeah, really happy to be here.
Ride it like you stole it today, mate. James Arkins, Appliances Online. Is that where you do your shopping online all the time?
Oh, of course, Tim.
Mate, they are the best in the business, and riding for a company that keeps getting behind the sport, it is a really good thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're a fantastic company, and thanks for their support. They always support these big shows, and we can't do it without them.
Well, Tally Barwick, yesterday you threw it all out. You took your husband, not your future husband. I keep calling him your husband. It's so close now, we can do that. Close enough. But you threw the challenge out to him. How are you feeling going into day 2?
We're confident going into day 2. You know, Dave always goes out day 1 guns blazing. So, he might be feeling a little cocky and confident today, but we'll see how he can stay at the top of the leaderboard.
It's all pressure, of course, for you guys. Gen Y, you're sitting at that point where you're old enough to know what it was like to be a young gun, but you've actually got a bit more sense in the brain these days, we hope. And a bit of pressure on the Gen Ys.
No, I think we'll cope well under the pressure. We're backed by Appliances Online and their legendary service, so we're looking forward to today's competition.
Now, yesterday, Gabby, I do feel that there was a little bit of a underhand tactic from the baby boomers. Chris said to you, no need for studs, don't worry about it. Flair did really need studs, and did we have a good talking to the old boy last night?
Yeah, look, I think it was a bit of foul play there, to be honest, but we got over that and went on and rode the second horse. Unfortunately, my score couldn't count for the first round, but today we'll go out guns blazing and give it a good go.
Well, their team manager, Toddy Hind, stick around. I'm going to come back and talk to you because these guys here are currently leading the competition. In fact, I'm going to come back to them last. I'm going to come straight down here because the young guns, You guys came out yesterday, ran second in the speed class, but a top score. You sort of didn't go to plan, did it, Jim?
No, it didn't, but it was all our first time doing it, so we didn't do too bad considering.
Now, you guys are sponsored by the Chichester Group. Of course, it's all for the future of the sport, and that's what you guys are all about. You guys are what we're calling the next gen.
Yep, we are.
How do you think you're going to go today?
I think we'll be fine. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, Amelia Douglas, your brothers get called Dougie. The line came out yesterday. These guys wanted to start. I think it's catching. How are you feeling today, Dougie?
I'm feeling really good. Yeah, I definitely think the name's catching. I've been waiting for it to come.
Well, I'm going to do my best to tell the world about it. If you are watching online, of course, we are here at the Battle of the Generations. We're talking to the Gen Zers, which is our modern generation. Now, come into this sort of competition. We haven't seen many teams events, have we?
No, we really haven't, but it's so fun. Like, I can't wait for more to be produced.
All right. Now, Eliana, late call up. You were meant to be team manager. Team manager job might have just slipped a little bit with Jock, but you're doing a pretty good job in the saddle. You got 2 ripper horses. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, feeling good today. Hopefully the horses come out looking good and going well. Jock's doing all right. He's warming into the job, and he should be better as the day goes on.
Now, you guys are really going for the Team Spirit Award. It's all about getting behind one another and supporting each other. Did you go out drinking last night together?
Just the little one last night. Tonight will be the big one when we win. So looking forward to that. It's got a really good group of us and should be good fun today.
Now, Sophie Smith, as the Team Gen Zeta, you are Snaps Chatter extraordinaire. You're keeping everyone up to date with what's going on through your social pipes?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think we've led everyone into a bit of a false sense of security, which is just where we want them.
I don't want to dampen your rain on your parade, but you are sitting in 4th place at this stage coming into the second day. But there's 4 competitions today.
Everyone's just not even thinking about us, and we'll just sneak in on the inside.
All right, well, Jock, don't you go anywhere because I want to talk to you in a moment as well. But now we come into the baby boomers. You guys have all the experience, and at the moment you are sitting 4 points clear of anyone. You're on 10 points. Doogie, how are you feeling for winning appliances for day number 2?
No, we're quietly confident. We'll just keep chipping away all day. We'll be right.
Now, Dave Cameron did say to you all that there's going to be a bit of humidity and you guys are going to knock up. What do you say back to him?
Yeah, we'll be tough enough.
Now, Andrew, this team, of course, racks a huge amount of experience. You're sitting, every one of you won a World Cup. You've got Australian Championships, international experience. Does that help today?
Oh, I'm sure it does. Pretty obviously it does. We're winning. We've just got to hold it together and use some of that experience not to fold.
Now, Winning Appliances, Chrissy, they've been servicing the industry for over 100 years. You guys have been in the sport for maybe not quite 100 years, but as the baby boomers, we've teamed you up with Winning Appliances. What an amazing company they are.
They are an absolutely fantastic company, and I just take my hat off to Kerry, John, and the whole family for what they've done for show jumping. And, awesome products and absolutely brilliant to deal with. I first bought from them because they sponsored, and then I kept buying because it was a great deal.
They do a wonderful job. They've got stores all around the country. I go to their latest one, which is opened up in the nation's capital. But, Chuggy, you came out yesterday, first horse on course. I just talked to Gabby before. I think there was a bit of underhanded tactics to the Gen Ys. You didn't get her to put studs in. You managed to win the first class, and or run second, I should say, first horse out. But was there playing? Were we playing mind games with no studs?
No, not really, but maybe, yeah.
Of course, there's an answer. Now, these guys, it's pretty fun to have a good team like this standing beside you.
Yeah, they are. They're a good competitive team. We've grown up together, so we're all here to try to win. And if we can keep our rails up today and be a little bit more competitive, we'll have it.
Well, mate, team manager Tony Norman, he's got a bit of a conflict of interest. He owns one of the horses in the Gen X's. Have you made to sway him that don't worry about that horse this weekend?
Oh no, we'll do our own ride, and Tony's still supporting us, so we're right.
All right, well, I'll let you guys go and warm up. I'm going to get to our team managers and Tony Norman straight away. These all about team competitions. What's your role as a team manager? How do you keep 4 World Cup winners in line and doing what you want them to do?
Well, it's very easy, Tim, because these guys know what they're doing, so my job's very easy.
And how are we feeling with today's competition? 4 classes today. The first one will be starting about 10:15. It's a power and speed, a little bit different. Viewers are going to have to be watching on because there's going to be a quick changeover. Have you had tactics around that?
Well, yeah, we've discussed how quick they've got to be on the change, and so hopefully today they're on their game. They were a little bit slow yesterday, but we've managed to hold the lead, and I think we still can. We've got talent and experience on our side.
And, mate, your little horse, Nicolette, she's looking sensational. Dave Cameron rides her. It must be great to have a horse that you've bred, you've produced, and now you get the joy of going around to the shows and watching what is now a Super Grand Prix mare.
Yes, yeah, we never ever thought she'd do what she's done, but she gives a lot of joy to quite a few people.
Me included, mate. Best of luck. That, of course, Winning Appliances. There's the team manager. We're going to come back over here because he got the late call-up. Jock Rice Ward. Mate, uni days these days. We don't see you at many show jumping events. How's life treating you?
No, life's pretty good. I can't complain at all, and I'm lucky to be here and watching some great show jumping today.
Now, probably the biggest mistake you did is give your sister a few horses a couple of years back while you're doing the HSC. You never got them back.
No, that's right. She's done. She's had a lot of great successes on my old horses, and she's doing a great job on them. And I'm just happy to see her going around and keeping up the good work. Yeah.
Now, as a team manager, you've got the unorderly task, and they can't hear us now. But you've got 4 teenage girls to look after. Mate, is that a dream come true?
Yeah, well rehearsed in looking after all these women, but no, it's been a good time. We've been very lucky. They've been riding super and performing well, and so hopefully we can pull it out of the bag today.
Now, the Chichester Group, not-for-profit organisation that was formed by the Winnings to really put the future of the sport of show jumping in great hands. It's great to be representing them.
Yeah, no, it is a great initiative, and as we are the future of the sport, the Gen Z, so it's great for them to sponsor us, and they're doing a great job.
Well, mate, best of luck today. We're going to come over here because a lady who has been in the sport for many, many years, Helen Chugg, firstly, thank you for all your efforts you've done in breeding these beautiful horses. I mean, every show we go to, there's Conquistadors, there's Vivants, and now there's Belugas going around as well. It must be, as an owner and a breeder, a real proud moment, and you should be proud.
They've been amazing stallions. I mean, there's quite a few Conquistadors and Vivants here, and it's just brilliant. You know, they're both very, very good horses, and it's great that they've actually stamped their influence in Australia.
Now, as a team manager, you've been managing show jumpers for many years. You're a top dressage rider yourself. How are you finding this job?
Very easy. You know, the good thing about Gen X is we're old enough to be smart, not old enough to be dottery or arthritic, and I think, you know, they're absolutely ideally situated to really take it on today.
You struggled a little bit in the first class. The second class, your team really came to the fore. You won the top score yesterday, but we've got a power and speed, we've got a Grand Prix, we've got a 6-bar, and we've got a knockout stakes today. So it really is anyone's game. What's your thought coming in? You're sitting second at this stage.
It was team tactics. We didn't want, we wanted to sort of give everyone else a bit of a chance to get some runs on the board, but you watch out today because, my team is we're set to win.
Now, of course, Smeg Appliances, they're sponsoring Gen X. They're going to be our first team on course. I'll let you get back over and do your team manager's job, but Helen, best of luck and a big thank you to Smeg Appliances.
Yes, thank you. I have a Smeg Appliance and it's absolutely top class. Thank you.
Well, Toddy Hind, our final team manager, mate, first and foremost, congratulations on the newly appointed role, the chef d'equipe for the national show jumping team. Huge undertaking. You've got some big shoes to fill of Stevie Mackin, and prior to that in Stephen Lamb. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. It's a great honour to be successful in getting the chef job. It'll be great to have Lammy there as guidance if I need it. But no, really looking forward to it.
Now, Appliances Online are your team sponsor. What a great company. I mean, they offer legendary service. I bought all my appliances for our new house through them. What a great company.
Yeah, they are a great company, Tim. They started in our generation. It was started by a person in our generation, by Herman Winning, top of the line.
Now, your team, they're sitting not too far off the lead. You're within striking distance. 4 competitions today. What's the strategy?
Yeah, we've got 4 classes today, Tim, and we'll start at the top and stay at the top.
Start at the top, stay at the top. Your team members, you've got a diverse team. You've got some top riders with James and Gabby, and then the young gun Will Matthew, who just scrapes in, and of course the ever-experienced Tally Barwick. Your thoughts of keeping them together? Do you give them much advice as a team manager, or do you just let them do their own thing?
Well, Gen-wise, we're pretty smart generation, so those 4 guys are all really onto it and know their job, and I'm just there for guidance, but they're pretty good with their roles.
Now, you've also got your lovely horse you're in this tricky position where the Gen Xers are riding Harvey B, the beautiful stallion that you part home with some owners, and you're watching him go around. So do you give Brooke all the help you can get, or do you just keep a few tricks up your sleeve so she doesn't know?
Oh no, always honesty policy, Tim. Give her as much advice as I can, but I know our team's just as strong.
Well, mate, best of luck today. Of course, it's going to be a fierce competition. Wherever you're watching around the country or around the world, jump online, say good day to us. We'll try and answer your questions. If you want to know what's going on, then send us a message. We'll do our best to get back to you as soon as we can. And the jumping soon to kick off in just a couple of minutes' time. The Battle of the Generations here at the World Polo Sydney Polo Club. All thanks to Showcases Show Jumping. The winning appliances, Schmeg, of course, Appliances Online and the Chichester Group run this show, and we hope that you can get behind those sponsors. Jumping due to start in just a couple of minutes' time.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Steph Davies reporting here to you from the Sydney Polo Club 2017 World Polo Championships. Thanks to Tim Drevman for doing our introduction here this morning. And we're now just moments away from starting on our celebrity polo field here today. We welcome out our first two riders representing the Gen X team. So we're going to have them coming out in pairs here this morning for our Team Power and Speed event. We welcome Leon Carroll riding Mia Catalina and Amanda Madigan and Versailles. We watch Leon as he takes to our Power and Speed course here this morning, built by John Valance. Very lucky to have a great team sourced by Kerry and John Winning from all over New South Wales. Leon Carroll coming out, has a rail in 4B. In the combination Amanda Madigan turns to the final fence and all clear over jump 13 there. Great time, 29.61 is the time. 29.61 in the speed section for Gen X. 29.61, our first team out and a first time on the scoreboard for Gen X. So Gen X wearing their black uniform were winners here yesterday afternoon in our top score event. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the other end of the spectrum in terms of ages here today. We now move down to the Chichester group. Riding in the red team, we welcome out young guns Sophie Smith and Eliana Derry, both riding in their red team jerseys for the Chichester group. This is the Gen Z team, riding as the future of show jumping, proudly supported by the Chichester group, new non-profit organisation supporting and developing show jumping here in Australia. Eliana Derry on course riding Yolambi's Carmen. So Eliana Derry recommencing her round here now. Through the combination, all clear. So our Gen Z team are riders born in 1996 and later. So Eliana comes as our most mature rider in this group at 21 years of age on Yolambi's Carmen. So she passes through the finish flags there for the power section. Sophie Smith coming through the changeover. Sophie rides Bellhaven Jazz. Sophie is 18 years of age. On course now in the speed section. The time to beat is 29.61 to get ahead of the Gen X team. Gen Z really has some catching up to do here, ladies and gentlemen. They're currently coming last on the leaderboard at this stage. 30.54 is the time for Gen Z, 30.54. They put themselves behind Gen X once again. So they'll certainly be having some words with their team manager, I believe. Jock Rice-Ward is our team manager for Gen Z here today to strategize for the rest of the day. Well, we now welcome out our next combination. This is Alison Rowland riding for the Navy team in their Navy jerseys. This is our baby boomers currently on the top of the leaderboard. The competition is fierce here today after yesterday's win for the baby boomers. So this is our most experienced group in the competition. Alison rides her horse by the name of Glenara Cognac, formerly from Western Australia. She's relocated to the east coast of New South Wales, now based and head rider at Oak Sport Horses in Camden. Good morning to Alice Cameron if you're tuning in on the live stream, and a warm welcome to all of those ladies and gentlemen who are taking some time out from work or school or other commitments to tune in on the live stream here today. Got a nice, slightly cooler day at Sydney Polo Club here today. Perfect show jumping weather for our combinations. Alison Rowland coming down to the final fence in the speed power section. Teammate Chrissy Harris takes over now for the speed section. Chrissy rides HSP Manu, or Minnie as she's known to her friends. Chrissy Harris takes over. Time to beat is 29.61. We can watch the clock for the baby boomers. She's not mucking around, turns back tight to the combination. Chrissy Harris turns around to the final fence. There we go. Stops the clock at 35.54. 35.54. Not going to be quick enough at this stage for third place, this stage in the competition for the Baby Boomers. So ladies and gentlemen that are just tuning in on the live stream, good morning and welcome to you. Day 2 of the competition for our Generations Show Jumping Challenge, run by the Showcase of Show Jumping here on the Celebrity Polo Field at the 2017 World Polo Championships. It's wonderful to have you tuning in and streaming at home. Feel free to comment below from where you are, where you're from. We'd love to say good morning to you. And hope you're enjoying the show jumping action here with some of Australia's best show jumping riders coming out here today to compete in our Generations Show Jumping Challenge. A very, very interesting and engaging initiative by Kerry Winning, who's behind this wonderful event. We're seeing riders team together in teams of 4 according to their age and their generation that they were born into. We now welcome out into the arena the blue team, our Gen Y team. Supported by Appliances Online, the legendary service represents the online phenomenon of this generation. Riders born between 1985 and 1995. Our 2 riders coming out for the blue team here this morning is Gabby Cooner riding Flair and Will Matthew riding Finch Farm Clifford, the lovely big grey horse bred by David Finch up in Queensland. Will Matthew, lovely young rider from New South Wales. Generation Y did very well here yesterday in the competition and are currently in 3rd position on the leaderboard. Our Baby Boomers are out in front with Gen X following behind and Gen Y in 3rd. Still got some catching up to do, but Baby Boomers haven't had their best round here this morning, so there's certainly room for Gen Y to come and catch up. Gabby Cooner, a very quick change over there. Gabby Cooner comes out on Flair. Gabby Cooner in the saddle. Just 2 fences left to go. Can't afford a rail down. She's taking her time here today. Comes up to the final fence and she's all clear safely through the finish line. 32.18 is the time. A great round there by Gen Y. 32.18. 32.18 is the time, straight to the top of the leaderboard this stage in the competition. So ladies and gentlemen, for those late starters just tuning in online, we have our 4 teams coming out in the Generations Show Jumping Challenge here this morning. This is the Team Power and Speed event. We have them coming, the riders coming out in pairs, which one rider will complete the power section and the second rider completes the speed section to mark their time for their team. So we've had each team have their first pair come out. Gen Y currently in the lead on 32.18. We're still looking for the fastest time as we welcome out the second half of the Gen X team. They're feeling fierce. Brooke Campbell's got a very serious smirk on her face as they come out on the top from a great win here yesterday afternoon. So we welcome out into the arena David Cameron riding Green Grove Rebel and Brooke Campbell riding Talara Kolchik. We hope that Jamie Winning's tuning in at home as she awaits her first child. She's let Brooke Campbell take over the reins and ride her lovely horse here today. Looks like Brooke Campbell's taking over the power section to start with. Talara Kolchik on course. What beautiful catch ride here for Brooke Campbell. Looks like they've got to know each other reasonably quickly. Rattled fence number 3, but it stays up. Turns up to the combination. Clear through the combination. Dave Cameron, teammate, just just frolicking around behind, getting ready for a tight changeover here. They're looking fierce. They look like their team managers certainly got them ready. Tony Norman is managing this team as a very tight changeover. David Cameron on course now, riding Green Grove Rebel. He's not mucking around. This horse, formerly ridden by Paige McBain, has had a lot of success in the junior levels. Now ridden here today by Dave Cameron. Coach is back on board. He's not mucking around. Coming down on Green Grove Rebel. Just the final fence left to go. He turns for home. A great time so far. Final fence. There we go. Wonderful time. 27.46. Well, that's going to put Gen X straight to the top of the leaderboard. A wonderful time there. Just 27.46 is the time. 27.46 for Gen X. David Cameron, Book Cramble posting a wonderful round there for their team. Tony Norman, the team manager on the sideline, has a huge smile on his face as those riders head back out to the warm-up arena to watch their rival teams remaining compete. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now put the combined team scores together for Gen X, and they end up with 9 penalties and 60.07 on the top of the leaderboard. We now welcome out the young guns, the red team riding for the Chichester group, Gen Z. Youngest team members on course, we have Jamie Priestley from the Campbellwarra Valley on the south coast of New South Wales. Jamie rides the lovely grey gelding by the name of Courage. Courage and Jamie Priestley on course. Quite deceiving. This is a big horse, and Jamie's keeping a tight course. Not going to be the quickest at this stage, but the teammate Amelia Douglas is just circling out behind, getting ready for a tight changeover. Jamie Priestley all clear over the last. Time is ticking. Amelia Douglas on course now. Amelia rides NZ Fireball. Originally from the Southern Highlands of New South Wales, Amelia has now moved up to live and train under the watchful eye of George Sanna, Chatham Park. Amelia on course now. NZ Fireball, final pair for Gen Z in the red team. Can they be as fast as they appear in their red shirts? Turns for the final fence, all clear. Amelia Douglas, 33.42 is the time. 33.42 will have a combined score for them. .63.96 is the combined time with the 8 penalties for Gen Z, the young guns. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you're enjoying our live stream here from the 2017 World Polo Championships here today on our Celebrity Polo Field. Thanks for tuning in online on our live stream for the showcase of show jumping, Generations Show Jumping Challenge. Some of the best show jumping riders in the country coming out here today to compete in their generational teams based on their age. We're having a lot of fun here at the World Polo Championships as we now welcome out winners from yesterday, the Baby Boomers. This is the most experienced riders in the game, or mature we should say. We welcome out Chris Chugg and Andrew Inglis riding for the Baby Boomers under the watchful eye of team manager Tony Norman. They're riding Black Marlin and PSS Levelensky under Chris Chugg on course now. PSS Levelensky, just a 6-year-old, imported and brought back from Europe by Chris Chugg and Gabby Cooner after their European campaign last year. a horse that stepped up to this level of competition and is looking very exciting for the future. Chris Chugg finishes the power section. A tight change over there. Andrew Inglis on course now. 37.83 was the time for Chris Chugg. Oh, a little chip in there for Black Marlin. Andrew Inglis turns up to the combination. He's kicking and he gets through. All clear. 2 fences left to go here for Andrew Inglis. Turns to the final fence. They're looking good here. A great time so far. Final fence, all clear. There we go. Wonderful ride there. 28.67. 28.67 for the Baby Boomers. Wonderful time there. They're really starting to show their experience, these Baby Boomers, and put the pressure on our other generations. So Baby Boomers finishing their round there on a combined score of 1 penalty. So we now welcome our final team, the Gen Y team, riding in the blue jerseys for Appliances Online. We welcome our Talara Barwick on course. Talara's riding another catch ride to make this competition very exciting. Oaks Donatello. Donny, as he's known in the stables, owned and ridden by Izzy Guinness in the junior and young rider competitions all around the country. Coach Talara takes and borrows the horse for this competition. And what a beautiful horse he is. So they can't afford to have any penalties in this section of the power competition. They're looking good. Ooh, she takes a flyer to the last. Talara Barwick not mucking around. Changeover. Team rider James Arkins taking over now. James rides Twins Ava. James loves to go fast and he's not mucking around. Turns up to the combination on Twins Ava. James Arkins, he's kicking and he's has a little tap of the whip into the combination. All clear. 2 fences left to go. James Arkins all clear over there. Gets a little scream from the sideline and teammate James Arkins, Twins Ava all cleared. 29.38 is the time. 29.38 for James Arkins. 61.56. 61.56 is the combined time. We have a winner of the competition. 61.56 for Gen Y, taking out the competition here today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. We can watch the Gen Y riders have a high five there on their horses. Talara Barwick and James Arkins finishing off the Team Power and Speed competition. We'll have a chat to our winners very shortly. And what an exciting competition that was. You could hear the roar from the team managers and other teams on the sideline. It's lots of rivalry here on the grounds. Gen Y had a great round here yesterday. And on the lead, they were closely following. They were in 3rd position at the end of the day yesterday, but Baby Boomers have to settle for 2nd place here today, and we'll be crossing to you in just a moment to hear what the winners think of that competition.
Well, Steph Davies, what an amazing competition we're seeing here today. We've still got 3 more classes to go, but we're here with Gen Ys. How cool was this class?
That class is so exciting, and hearing the team rivalry from the sidelines was absolutely nail-biting. We've got the team managers on the sideline throwing instructions and all the teammates cheering them on. It was lots of fun.
Now I'm going to slide in here if I could, Steph, because James Arkin's pressure ride in the speed, you had to keep your head. You couldn't afford any penalty seconds to be added. Literally came down to a count back on time, but you got there. You showed the Baby Boomers who were boss.
Yeah, look, yesterday I think we thought we'd get the Baby Boomers a bit of a confidence boost, but today we're out here all guns blazing. We've got this now, so we just wanted to give them confidence, and we'll see how they go for the rest of the day, but I think they're going to be a bit wary.
Now, Gabby, I don't want to rain on James's parade, but you're actually only sitting equal second at the moment, 4 points behind the Boomers, but we've still got a lot of jumping to go.
Yeah, that's right, Tim. We've got 3 more classes to go, but it was really important for us to get a win on the board today. No slips from me, so that was great, and the rest of the team jumped really well.
Now, Will, interestingly enough here, appliances online as they roll through. You guys have got a bit of work still to do, though.
Yeah, look, I think, there's no harm in peaking midfield and keep on going, I think the Boomers might have peaked a bit early, and we've got it in the bag.
Now, Tally, how you feel about these Gen Ys, though, Gen Zers, I should say. They're sitting on 10. They haven't won a competition to this point. You guys have won 1, so you're on the equal points at 10. So how it works, the winning team each class gets 6 points. Second gets 4, third gets 2, fourth gets nothing. So you guys are going to have to place in the next 3 competitions.
Yeah, we're going to be feeling a little bit of pressure about that. It still feels like it's quite a long way to go yet, Tim, but I think we're on a good roll this morning, and it's going to keep the team morale high, and we're looking forward to the rest of the competition.
Now, Will, the next competition, a Grand Prix class. What are your thoughts going into that?
Oh, look, I think that class was probably a perfect lead-up for that for my horse, so feeling pretty confident. Hopefully have a good warm-up and, have a good clear round.
Gabby, you're going to start the Stallion in the next one?
Yeah, I am. He was a bit confused yesterday with the top score class, so hopefully this is a bit more suited to him, and we'll give it a good crack.
And James, it really a win to this next class. If you could do 2 wins, it's going to really cement yourselves. Do you reckon you can go 2 from 2?
Yeah, look, I think we've probably got the best 2 horses in the field with Gabby and Tal's World Cup horses, so we're feeling pretty strong. So I think we'll have a good crack.
So you're basically saying that Gen Ys are relying on the girls?
Absolutely. In the next class, they'll get it done for us.
Now, Steffi, I'm a Gen Xer, you're a Gen Y, although I was debating because you're only a pup still. I thought you might be a Gen Zer, but a Gen Y, it really is a great bit of battle. And next class coming up, the Grand Prix, who do you reckon's going to win?
Well, I try not to be biased, Tim, and thank you for the compliment, keeping me young. But I have to say that I'm barracking for Gen Y, definitely. I'm sticking with my generation, and they're doing a great job, and you can just tell by their teamwork.
Well, that's enough from you.
They're definitely the loudest on the sideline, so I think that's got to count for something.
And, of course, Toddy Hind, did the team listen?
They did listen. Tactics went to plan. It paid off. I said in the interview earlier that we're going to lead from the start and we're going to finish at the top, so we've started off right.
All right, well done, guys. Congratulations. Next horse on course, Steffi, what are we, 11:15, I think? 11:15 is when we'll have our next horse on course. Grab a drink, don't go anywhere. Great viewing. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching around the country. Next of our competitions due to start at 11:15.